Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you the second set of the semifinal series in the MSL between Hydra and Jaedong. Hydra winning that first game in the Muta fight, taking the Muta fight to Jaedong and winning, and he comes away with a 1-0 lead. And then we've got, so Jaedong is going to start himself in a hole. We've seen this before. I want to stress that we've seen this before. Jaedong falls behind early in best of fives, it seems like. Every time. It seems like on a regular basis he just falls behind in a best of five series, and then at the end he will just come on a tear and win 3 in a row or 2 or 3, whatever he needs to do, and come away with victories in these battles. We'll see if he's able to do that again. We do have Hydra here in the top right, and Jaedong in the bottom left. So Jaedong is in red in the bottom left, Hydra in yellow in the top right, and this is Benzene, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's Benzene. Both players standing there, overlords across the middle of the map, which is not normal unless you know where your opponent is, which you would if it was Benzene. So I've got to assume that's what it is. We will be starting there and go from there. And long rush, this is just, these maps are the same. This is one of the problems with having all Zergs is that, the maps are the same for both. You kind of have the same things to consider. Long rush distances, probably going to see a 12 hatch from one or both of them to try and take advantage of that long rush distance. And if one of them goes 9 pool speed, it's kind of would be really audacious to think that you can pull it off. We do have an Overlord and some drones being produced for Hydra, so we are going to see a 12 hatch from Hydra, and from Jaedong, what will we see? Okay, we don't need to follow this drone. I want to go see what Jaedong's doing. Looks like Jaedong's going to do the exact same thing, so we're going to have 12 hatches from both of them, so this game will probably play out a little bit differently than the game on Triathlon, because the drones the eggs and these hatcheries that are being thrown down, they can actually be used to produce Zerglings that can influence the game. So very often when two players go 12 hatch, you'll see one of them go for the lair immediately and play a little bit more defensively, and you'll see the other one try and flood several more eggs worth of Zerglings and try and play more aggressively. While the lair and the spire are building behind. Sometimes you'll even see a player pull a drone or two off of gas for just a short while to pump out just a couple more eggs of Zerglings a little bit faster, and that kind of makes the difference. How well the player defends, how well you play aggressively. It's a balancing act, and that's what happens when you have these 12 hatch versus 12 hatch battles. But other than that, everything else is going to be basically the same. If they both do the same thing in this part as well, it could be a very boring start to a ZVZ. Not once again, last series I said it as well. It's not very often you get to say that you've got a boring start to a ZVZ, but looks like we're gonna get some, or at least there's the possibility of some. And I can't read Korean, so there you go. Think something about. I have no idea what it says. So yeah. So this is game 2, and if Hydra wins this, I think we could be getting another epic Jaedong comeback, like he did against Fantasy in that one OSL series. Like I think he did against Snow. I think he was down 2-1 against Snow earlier in this MSL, something like that. And then he came back and won. Some cool possibilities here. Jaedong has a lot of best of 5 experience, so just one game I don't think really matters as much to him. I think it matters to Hydra a lot that he won that first game. I think that gives him a lot of confidence. I think that lets him know that no matter what he says, you know that he's thinking, oh my god, I am playing Jaedong. How the heck am I going to beat the Dong? And to get that first victory, it has to feel good. It has to definitely load him up with confidence. So no matter how much either player decides to try and say that it didn't matter, that it's huge. That's absolutely huge. To know that you can actually beat your opponent is a big deal. Jaedong with a slightly better Zergling micro, they're actually able to pick off a Zergling and keep his own alive. So that one Zergling, little tiny micro advantage could actually get him an advantage here and let him clean up here against Hydra's Zerglings. Neither player has speed yet, and Hydra running away with his Zerglings now. Both players throwing down their spires, and we've got an extractor coming up from Hydra as well. And Hydra actually trying to double back with a couple of his Zerglings, see if he can get back, and not going to be allowed to. Jaedong getting there in time to stop it. Still, speed is not finished for either player. There we go. Now speed is finished for both at the exact same time. I love it. I love it. It's the exact same builds, clone, mirror, perfection, and no variance at all. It seems between either of them. So And Jaedong going a little bit aggressive here, trying to move across the map, trying to force Hydra to sit back with his Zerglings. And he's going to be able to do that. I mean, Hydra is sitting back with his Zerglings right now, re-rallying them at his natural expansion, trying to get his ball of Zerglings, if you will, back into action. And Jaedong basically doing the same. Both players just playing defensively right now until they can get their Spire. Both of them want to go to Mutalist, and both of them are good at it. Jaedong has the best Mutalist micro for a long time. He's been known to have the best Mutalist micro. We've seen him over and over again in CVT battles. Just pump 2, sometimes even 3 control groups of Mutalist and just overpower Terran opponents. And you know, he does very similar things versus Zerg, where he just uses his superior Muta micro to get wins. To just get wins. He won't take a Scourge hit, and his opponent will just take two Scourge hits from him, and that'll be it. That'll be game. And here, Hydra looks like he's trying to cross the ramp, but Jaedong's just got too many Zerglings and not going to be able to. But here we go, Hydra actually does get a group behind on the second ramp, so actually tactically able to get around Jaedong and is able to get a little bit of pressure here. And it looks like Hydra actually is going to commit to this. There is a Sunken Colony there for Jaedong, but Hydra is going to commit to this, going to try and go for get as much damage done as he can. And it looks like he has more Zerglings. He will be able to take down the Sunken Colony if he wants to. Looks like he's fill-dashed off all of the Zerglings, and now he's streaming into the main with as many of his Zerglings as he can. Only 2 of them got through the Mutalist for Jaedong spawn just in time to save that Sunken Colony. But 2 of these Zerglings in the main. Let's see how many drones they're able to get. No drones! Jaedong able to save all of his drones. That is huge. That is absolutely critical. Jaedong able to save all of his drones there. And will he be able to save this Overlord as well? That would be huge if he's able to. No, he's not. The Overlord does go down, and that is going to be at least a little victory for Hydra there. That could have been awful for Jaedong. Instead, it was just not good. Instead, it was just not good. Instead of being awful, it was just not good. Just loses the Overlord, which is a little bit of a pain, a little bit of a hassle. He's gonna have to replace that Overlord. We'll have his production hampered a bit by that. But considering what could have happened there with that attack, Hydra with all of those Zerglings, that could have been absolutely terrible. And it actually looks like Jaedong just repaid the favor and picked off an Overlord of his own. So all of that is evened out, and that was a very, very exciting little battle there. That could have been awful for Jaedong, and it just some wonderful micro there with his drones and his main, able to save all of them. That was huge, and able to even save that Sunken Colony. And here comes a little bit of a Mutalist fight, and a couple of Scourge landing for both players, it looks like there. And will they continue to engage? This is aggressive for Hydra. He's in Jaedong's area, and looks like he is going to be aggressive, going to try and keep up the pressure, and he is going to keep up the pressure. And is he going to be able to take Dez down? I think his Mutalist cloud does look bigger, and he just ate a couple Scourge, doesn't even care, and he's still trying to stay here. And here come his own Scourge and another couple Mutalist in defense of his own, and picks up a couple of the Scourge from Jaedong as they spawn. So Hydra looks like he's got advantage here in the Mutalist numbers. If you look at the clouds, it just looks like Hydra's bigger, and he's going to win this game too! Hydra's going to win game 2, and Jaedong's going to be down 2-0! Jaedong is on the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Jaedong is on the ropes. We could be seeing Jaedong knocked out of this MSL. Hydra up 2-0. Looks like he's almost entering like a meditative trance. He's like, oh my god, I'm up 2-0. I have a chance. Calm, relax, and he just needs to settle down and play his game and try and finish the series out. He's got an opportunity here to sweep Jaedong in a best-of-5 series. How often have we said that someone actually has swept Jaedong? Granted, several players have had an opportunity, but it's not very often that they succeed. So we'll see if Hydra's able to complete his sweep. Round of 4, set 3 coming next.